It's Jerry Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com. And tonight, and for the month of June 2014, we are going to be working on some interactive cards, layouts, different kinds of things. And I'm going to show you the techniques that we're using tonight in order to create a couple of the layouts. The cards that we're making tonight, we will definitely be using on a bigger scale for our layouts. So, I am using the interactive pieces are out of a scrapbook book, and a lot of these I learned a long time ago. They come, most of them are out of the magic book. And the item number for the magic book is 9040 over on my Close to My Heart website. And I'll show you. I'm going to show you, I played with the pages so I can get the cutting guides together for you. But the magic book now comes in a spiral bound like the originals book. I just happen to have an older copy. But the magic book, one of the techniques that we are going to do tonight is, let's see, is the waterfall. So here in this book, it tells you how to do the waterfall on a scrapbook page. It shows you with the pictures and all of that kind of stuff, walking you through page by page. Really, really great piece. The cool part about that is when you learn it in a book like this, then you either think, okay, I only have to use it on that page, or in scrapbooking because it's that big, how do I make it for something that I could use in another location? So, the magic book, absolutely wonderful, available on my website, jerryannarmstrong.ctmh.com. The item number again is 9040 and it retails for $14.95. But the cool part is that I was then able to take this card here, this card right here, where you're able to do 3 focal images, and it is page 118 in this book. Is where I took the majority of the idea from. So here's the card in the book. Tells you what to cut and all of that kind of stuff. Really cute little card. Nice little thing. You can easily copy this with whatever you've got in your stash, the whole bit. So here is the card that I created using the look here. I did make it a bigger card. It's an 8 by 4 and a quarter. Is it 4 1/4? Yeah, it's an 8 by 4 1/4, so it's a little bigger because it's just bigger. But as you can see, it's flat, it's got some dimension to it, that kind of thing. Using the Skylark paper and some of our favorite stamp sets. I want to bring you in just a little closer so you guys can see. So here's the layout of the card that we did. As you can see, it's right here. Here's what it looks like. I just made it a little bigger. And then what I did is I took that same card, same kind of layout, same everything, pretty much the same kind of pieces, and decided that I wanted a waterfall card so I could showcase a few more images. So then it's a different kind of waterfall in that it is a push one, and opposed to the flippy ones that most of you are doing for mini albums and things like that at this point. So it is really kind of neat, and you can do it a variety of ways. You can write the word happy and then have this say birthday, or you can do congratulations, all kinds of things that way. So here is this card. So we're going to make a waterfall card. But the one I'm really excited about, and it is a technique that is going to go in a couple of places in our 8-page layout class at the end, is this one here. And this card does not open. But I am going to show you what it does do as I move all these wonderful flowers that I got from Archana out of my way. so I can find some space. My grabbed coloring kind of thing. All right, so here is the card. Let's see if we can get it on something that you guys can see. There we go. Here is the card. You guys ready? This is a pull-up card. So what you do is it's kind of like an easel card in that you would write your sentiment or your little thing here, but it pulls out and it's interactive. So we are going to make one of these tonight, and we'll be using this technique a couple of times in our scrapbook class at the end of the month. You guys are so quiet again. I'm going to have a big head. You guys are going to think I'm amazing or something. Easy, easy card. Or are you guys flipping back and forth? Which is also a possibility. No, I'm not amazing. I just follow directions well. Yay! So anyway, so excited. I'm really excited about this one because I think that the focal images and everything that we all love that have been in this catalog are definitely worth us doing that. I'm very excited about it. So, and this will give us a little practice, so as we get ready to do the scrapbook pages, it works really well. Yeah. All right, so is that okay for this evening? And then I'm going to show, I think the other thing that I really wanted to do is I wanted to play a little bit with some embossing powder and some Lindy's and some different things tonight as well. So we are using the Skylark collection for Close to My Heart, and that collection is found on page 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 of the catalog. For our scrapbook class, we're going to be using G1072, which is the Workshop on the Go. However, I've used this stamp set for a couple of things here. And we will also be using the complements, which is X7177C. So that's the chipboard, because the paper collection and these little guys come in the collection, as well as these little twisty ties. So that's really cool. Any questions? I took the autofocus off. Okay. So Archana, who is What a Memories, should be in the chat area. And if you guys want to know what the name of the flowers are or where to get them, where I got them, she's the one I got them from. She would be able to tell you. I have no clue. I'm really better. All right. So, and she's got leaves too, guys. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Good stuff. All right, so shall we start with our first pulley one? I'm going to move these. We might play with the flowers in a little while. We may We may find some other things that we want to do. So, this was off of her website. This was $35 worth of flowers. And I ended up with quite a few. I will be in flowers for a while. Her name is Archana. Let's see. And her YouTube name is What Memories. Over on Facebook, she has a secret group called Secret Garden that she runs, and it's a sell thing for flowers and stuff. Yep, and I got white ones because I wanted to Lindy Stamp Gang them. So, all right, let's get started. I don't have any cutting guides. I'm playing with the paper pack that I have. I bought an extra paper pack. I'm using just regular white cardstock for the bases, which is right here. I have something to stamp on. You'll need some foam tape. And of course, your stamps or stickers or whatever it is that you're going to use. And let's see. I bet you I stuck my cheat sheet somewhere. Where's the cheat sheet? Here it is. All right. First of all, we're going to do the waterfall card. Okay, and let's see, this time around, let's go ahead and use this paper. And I'm trying to decide if I want what corner of this one I want to use, because it's got lots of stuff on it. Maybe we'll go ahead and use this one, this corner here. It'll look pretty cool. Or that, or we could use this bottom piece here and that freeze that up for something else. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this piece here because it's just definitely different. Oh, well, I'm glad that you could be back with us. So our first cut, we're going to make the 8 by 4 1/4 card. We're going to cut at 8 inches. Just an 8.5 by 11 piece. And then what we're going to do is just fold it in half. Okay, so this is 8 by 4 1/4. This piece that we're cutting, we're going to cut at 7 3/4 by 4. We're going to cut the tail end of this bird off. It's okay, we'll add a bird. Okay? And that is going to be the base of our card. I'm going to ink a few of these things up because I think that'll be good. We need a piece. We need a piece 2 inches by 11.5 inches. We are going to need some white or some focal image area. So of that piece that we cut off of the white, we're going to cut at 1.5 I want to do 1 1/2. Let's do 1 5/8. And we're going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. 1 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now what I want to do is I'm going to grab a piece of this blue from this card here and use that to back these off with. So 1 3/4. And we need 1 3/4, 5 of those. Okay. You are going to need a piece of cardstock that is 1 inch wide by 4 1/4. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my zip strip here. You want it to be at least 1 inch wide. Could be a little more, could be a little less. Nope, there's no cutting guides. I know, I've spoiled you guys. These are just kind of interactive. The idea behind tonight's class is really to learn how to do this technique. So when we get to doing the scrapbook pages at the end of the month, everybody is familiar with that and we have been playing with it a little bit this month. And of course this one. This one is the one that I'm really super excited about. So, any other questions? Yeah. So, and again, you know, I'm playing just along with you guys. It's a nice little thing. It's a nice extra birthday card or little card that says, yes, you will. It's easy. And I'm using the originals book. So that's kind of the biggest thing. All right. So you're going to need 2 brads for this card. And I have my retired pewter brads here that I'm going to use. And we're going to need our scoreboard. Or you can score however you want to score. I'm just going to use my scoreboard. So the piece that is 2 inches by 11 1/2 inches. Nope, that's not a piece. 2 inches by 11 1/2 inches. We are going to score this as soon as I find my little scoring tool. We're going to score this one at 2 inches. At 2 3/4. Yep. 3 1/2. 4 1/4. 5. And 5 3/4. Okay. All right, so again, we're scoring at 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, and 5 3/4. And now we're going to bend all of those. Just like that. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay? Good job, Martha. All right. I'm gonna try really hard to keep this kind of straight, because if it gets off wonky a little bit, it looks a little wonky. So try and keep it straight. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and stamp on our 5 little white squares. I'm gonna set all this aside where it's not gonna get mixed up, but I can't not stamp on my flowers. Here we go. I have from the what is it called? The Skylark Workshop on the Go, which is, where are the rest of the stamps for that? Considering I have the majority of them out on blocks. Oh, here it is. This is the stamp set, and it has Live in the Moment, You Left an Imprint on My Heart, some real nice focal points. Excuse me. You're My Favorite Memory, You and Me. Some really nice little pieces. I have this dragonfly that I pulled out that I'm going to go ahead and use. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the dragonfly in Desert Sand ink. Open, 2 fingers, open and twist. This one's been used a lot. So I have the dragonfly. We're going to go ahead and stamp him down here. Oh, here. Let's back you guys out so you can see a little more. Alright, so we've got a dragonfly. I have from the one of my bird sets, which is, we're going to do one of these with the owls too, because I think I have some lolly doodle hanging around. Fabulous You, which is this set that you guys all love. Fabulous You. 2 by 11.5. All right, I need my little stamp-on paper. Knowing me, I'll just make a big mess. So I'm just inking up my stamp, and I'm stamping the little bird. And while the whole image isn't there, you can see it's just a piece of the image. It's really nice because it gives a real nice focal point. Okay, so we've got that one. Let's see, we have, did I pull the other one off the sheet art? I did, so it's around here. Oh, here we go. Here's the other one from the sheet. The other bird. And again, I'm just bringing it over. Desert sand. Kind of the focal point that I really like. So now I've got 2 more. I really like this image, which is from the, what is this? I think this is the Inspirations. You know, I really should have just written their names down. Inspiration Flourishes, this flower here. Really like that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm inking up, and I'm just using images, parts of the images off of the stamps. And let's see, I need one more. You know, let's do a sentiment on the last one. Does this fit? No. All right, well, we won't do a sentiment then. We're going to do this one. Her name is Archana. She is What a Memory, or Memories, What a Memory, What a Memories on YouTube. And the secret group over on Facebook is Secret Garden. Okay. So now I'm going to take my ink pad and just color the edges. She's going to try and be here tonight, so hopefully she'll pop in or get something figured out so she can talk to us. All right, so now we have our pieces. I'm going to pull all of them together here. What do I want to do? A completed last name? Ooh, maybe we can use our punch board. Complicated. I don't do complicated. I'm just inking the edges of everything. No, it's not. No. No. Archana. Let me go grab her so that you guys... You guys are silly. Let's see. Alright, guys, I found her. Give me just a second here. I'm all over the place, so I can't see anything. Alright. There is her YouTube channel. You have to take the S out. Alright, there she is. Okay. Alright, we're inking everything. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, you're welcome, is we're going to take and glue all our little pieces together here. Oh, you know what? I cut these down. My original is bigger. Let's see how this works. It might look cool. Ooh, I want to color these a little bit. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to grab my Lagoon ink pad. I am feeling pretty good. My leg hurts. It's sore, but you know, normal people who fall down, their legs would hurt too. So I guess, you know. So I'm just adding a little water. Just a little blue to these flowers to kind of bring in some color. I'm going to bring in the color right here on this little flower. And I'm not really coloring, I'm kind of dabbing at them. Yeah, but you know, I went back and I was looking for a friend who was looking to make some cards, and she wanted the autism cards, which was fun, but that was the silent movie one that we ended up doing back in February. Do you remember that, class? That was hilarious. Yeah. Well, I was, you know what? I was walking. I was walking. And that we were perusing the brand new, I have grapes on my grapevine outside for the first time ever. The plant, I think, is 4 years old. And every year my dog has managed to eat it, chew it up, or any of that. And, this year I have grapes. So she was showing me the grapes on my grapevine. And I walked back, and I have been, since I haven't felt great, I've been real careful, and unfortunately it just happened to be that one time. So all I'm doing to put ink on the top of my lid is just squishing my pad a little. And then adding a couple of squirts of water. Then I'm just painting with them. It was a fun class. It was definitely different. I'm trying to think of what this greeny... What are some of the colors in here? Let's grab some honey. Let's grab our honey. Ooh, we've got... Let's see. Ooh. I know I have a honey ink pad because my ink holder is full. There it is. Hey, Sophie! Nope. Just makes it moist. Oh, is that my clothes? Oh, sorry. I knew there was a basket of clothes or something.
One pair of jeans of mine. I'm like, I think she did this on purpose.
No. I do that on purpose for the towels.
I know that.
I figured if I washed them and folded them and everything, you could put them away.
I know. He said it to me all the time.
I know.
And I put them away all the time.
Yeah. You like having clean towels?
I use the same towel.
I know. I wash it too. All right. Okay. All right, so the next part is we need to attach our little pieces to our pulley thing. And I did make these smaller so that they would have a little bit of an edge all around them. So now I'm looking for my score tape, because I don't like it when things fall off. So you're only putting tape on the very top of your little squares. Top edge. Because we want them to flip. Okay, and then this one that I'm going to use as the base, we can go ahead and put all of our tape down. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay on our pieces. So I'm going to center this bottom one. So here's our piece, okay? Here's our bends in the cardstock, not the other kind of bends. And what we're going to do is decide what order they're going to go in. And we're going to go ahead and lay them down. So I'm just peeling the score tape off. And I'm centering it right in the corner there. And I'm doing that for the next one. We're just adding so when it's all done, it ends up looking like this. Okay? So each of them flip up. And that's the end piece. Now what we're going to do is we need to put adhesive along the bottom here. And what I normally do is I line up my 4 1/4 inch piece and I try really hard to kind of get my piece in the middle, and all you're going to do is adhere it this way. So what you've got is kind of this big long T thing now. Yep. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to center this onto our piece of paper where we want it to be. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in just a little tape on each side. So we kind of find where we want this to end up nice. Put your score tape on. Why did I not use the last one? I used 5. I don't know. I guess I could put another one in there. Oh, that's why, because it would hide. Yeah, I do have one more. You don't have to score this last one. I did 5 pictures. If you did 6, it would pretty much take it in half. Okay. So now we have our little flippy thing. Okay. Now, if we pull this all the way out, I don't know why. Oh, because maybe it needs to fold. I don't know. I don't know. What I want to do is grab a piece of my cardstock. Let's see. What do I want to use? I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 1 and 1 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this down to 7 inches. 1 3/4 by 7. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to ink this so that it's I'm going to ink the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and put this here. And I'm going to make it go right in with that one that we ended up scoring but didn't use. Sturdy that up just a little. Oh, we need that one. See, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't work. So it has to have a bend there for that one to lay flat. So we learned something, right? In order for the top one to bend, we have to have that scored. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to we did. We discovered. And I'm going to go ahead and take that piece off. Look at that. Okay. Amazing. Amazing how that works. Yep. Now I'm going to go ahead and poke my holes for some brads. These are retired close to my heart. But I like them. So we're going to go ahead and pop them in. You're silly, Martha. Don't know what I'd do without you. All right. So there is our piece that allows us to do our piece there. So now I'm going to go ahead and line this up with our card base. I think I'm going to end up having to trim off these ends because I wasn't really good. Usually it's just something else comes out. They've been out for a while. Those actually were a couple of catalogs ago before they came out with a different color, different manufacturer. Because people like me want to use them and, you know, they're like, let's make it creatively interesting for Jerry Ann. You know, because I'm so important to the overall scheme of things that they think, how can we make her have to be creative? So. All right, so I'm putting the heavy duty tape on because it is an interactive card. Ah. Don't catch it too soon. All right. Oops. Yay! So here's our first card. You guys, it must be the lighting, but it also must be the colors of this paper palette. Because it just seems so light. So practice this technique because we're going to make it on a really big piece that's going to have lots of big pieces, and it's going to open this way for our next. So it'll be really, really nice. You know, I just eyeball it. But you can put your ruler right across the side if you really wanted to. I just tend to eyeball things, and I've got pretty good at it, but, you know, it's a paper craft. I encourage people to use, you know, if you're going to give it to somebody, nobody's going to look at you and be like, your mat's crooked. Okay, maybe Martha would. Nah, she wouldn't. I would only give it to somebody who knew what to do with it, Martha. I don't have the word pull. Maybe we'll have to find a piece of ribbon. Here. Mine look better on camera than they do in person some days. There we go. How's that? Oh, yay! Yep. Oh, well, Archana, say hello. We've already talked to you, ladies. This is the lady that I got the flowers from. And she's a really nice lady. She's got a really nice store. All right, shall we try one more waterfall card, or are you guys ready to go to the next one? Oh, we're at 6:30. We're doing another waterfall card. This time we're doing it with the owls. I'm going to do it with the owls this time. So this is with the Skylark collection. Well, I'm glad you found us. Let's see if I can find the leftover. Oh. I had leftover lolly doodle. Oh, I've got leftover. Oh, you know, this might be good. We have leftover Free to Be Me and You. We have leftover Balloon Ride. I'm not seeing the one I wanted. There it is. Found the lolly doodle. Alright. Let's make another one out of lolly doodle. Oh, I'm glad that you aren't in the cornfield anymore, Archana. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I got all kinds of lolly doodle. Look at this. Alright. Alright, so our first thing we need is our card base, which again is going to be 8 by 8 1/4. Let me put all this stuff back in the other one so when we go digging through to find something, we'll do this this one a second time because it's super cute. All right. Alright, so our piece is 8 by 8 1/4, which gives us an 8 by 4 1/4 inch card, which is kind of big, but kind of pretty for these. Okay, I'm going to pop you guys back out a little bit so you can see. Alright, so for this one, I think what we'll do... Oh, let's do this one. This is cool. All right. So we're going to do a 4-inch by 7 3/4 inch base. We have going to use this. Oh, I'm glad. We're going to do this stripe for our 1 inch by 4 1/2 or 4 1/4. Let's just do 4. 1 inch by 4. It's going to be our little piece that our little flippy thing is going to happen out of. I love this piece. So I'm going to use, except for it's the opposite side of this one. So this one I'm going to use as the base pieces, which are 1 3/4. And we're going to need 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put this pink in there. So we're going to do 2 inches by 11 1/2. Okay. I need some white squares that are going to be 1 5/8 by 1 5/8, and you need 5 of those. Yeah, this is the Lolly Doodle collection. This is leftover stuff. So I always like it when I get a chance to play with some leftover stuff. And then the next one we're going to play with the flowers, which I cannot wait. That will be fun. Alright, so we've got our owls. We need our scoring board. Now we know where you have to score everything. So we're going to take our pink piece of paper, our pink cardstock, and we're going to score at 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, and 5 3/4. Again, that's 2, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, 5 3/4. And that is our bendy piece to make our waterfall. Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to take our white pieces and we're going to stamp our cute little owls. And I think I'm going to go ahead. Martha's good. Yep, it's an easy peasy bendy piece. Alright, so I have desert sand. And I'm going to, for our 2 pieces with our owls, I'm going to add some wood, a stick, something. There's our first little owl. Here's our second little owl. Now I'm going to make you all gasp. And I'm taking this You and Me stamp set, or this You and Me stamp. You and Me right here. This one. This is You and Me. And I'm going to cut it. Big gasp. Go ahead, guys. Gasp. It's my stamp set. I can do what I want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the word me in the middle. I'm going to stamp the word you in the middle. And I'm going to stamp this the big ampersand. Alright, throw some water on her. Now you want to know the best part about acrylic stamps? Is that you can put them all back together and stamp, and it looks like they never came apart. Oh, good. That's what I love about acrylic stamps. Absolutely love about acrylic stamps. Alright, so I have the little itty bitty leaves. Let's see. Thought I'd bring you guys in closer again. Yep. I always record. And I'm going to add some little leaves. Around these. It is a really, really small stamp. It's just the leaves for the tree that the owls are sitting on. All right, it is a very, very tiny, tiny stamp. It's right there. Little itty bitty thing. Okay, I'm going to take some hollyhock or cotton candy. I'm going to grab some cotton candy. Ink, pop, and twist. You know what? They do really well. I don't think you will. This is the owl set. Yeah. That'd be cute. I'm just inking all the edges. The paper you can sell separately. It sells separately. You can go on my blog and just say, I want to get Lolly Doodle, and you can purchase that separately. It's just a better value when you buy the stamps and get the embellishments and stuff. I'm missing a piece. Oh, here it is. But yes, you can just order the paper pack. The paper pack is sold separately. So once you have like the stamps or that and want to keep using the paper, you can do that too. Paper packs are $9.95. All right. So this again is our piece of pink that has all the folds. Okay, all of our little folds. It's going to let us move. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add all of these together. This paper is really fun. Yeah. The to-go kits are really nice just because they come with everything and it's like $5 cheaper than if you bought all the pieces separate. The only thing that I normally do use in a class is I do buy the complements, which are usually $4.95, and they're either stickers, cardstock stickers, or canvas back stickers, or a variety of different kinds of rub-ons. We've had rub-ons in the past, things like that. All right. All right. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do me and you. And because this owl is the bottom one, we can stick both ends down. We just kind of center them in. Again, I left room around. I'm just eyeballing it. All right. I can't wait. We're so close. We're going to finish this one up, and then we're going to go play with the flowers and the other card. All right. You guys can't see me again. Yep. I don't mind. You definitely, you know what you have. And one of the things that I love to see is when people use the cutting guides and stuff and use up stuff in their stash, because that makes me happy that what I've created is really helpful for you, but also that it's definitely a nice thing. All right, so we're going to put tape on the bottom. I don't know, Martha, if you have anything like you did last summer or last winter or even this spring, you're going to have to move out here by me. Because really, that weather was too much for me. Too much for me. Hi, Linda. All right, so now we've got tape on our paper that we're going to rub away. There we go. And our piece is not centered, which, you know, is always like a wonderful piece after you put it all down. I'm going to poke my little brad holes. Yeah. I'm very excited. Okay, so the next piece. I know. Okay, so we're putting our little brads in. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and add a bunch of adhesive to the back of this because we don't want it to come off our card. We just had the craziest winter ever. We're looking forward to some summer. And I don't know, but I think I'm good until like at least July end of July before I start complaining about how hot it is. You should snap a picture, Sophie. Post it over on our site so we all could see. So I'm sure some of us have never seen the Alps. Okay, I've never seen the Alps. I planted flowers outside. Hopefully, well, we made it through June 1st without hail, so hopefully we'll be okay for the rest of the season. My tomato plants are outside, and so are I got 2 tomato plants and a bunch of other little things. So, here is this one. Gosh. It's purple. It's the nicest shade of purple ever. Oh. Fun. All right. So, we have a lolly doodle and we have our Skylark. So something, you know, any kind of thing that you see that's got 3 panels, you can definitely change it up. No, because I can walk on it. Knowing my luck, yeah. Being on blood thinners and that, being on blood thinners really causes some grief. So here's another one of the Skylark ones. Just love how pretty they are. They're very fancy. They would make really nice gifts with a gift certificate or that inside. Might have to play with that a little bit. So you guys ready? So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording so that you guys can see the waterfall cards, and we'll have two separate. So that way, if you want to just see this or just see the slider card, then at least you have an opportunity to go and do that. All right? So those of you watching the video, thanks so much for joining us. And I will be doing part 2, which will be a slider card. See you soon.